When's the last time we got a
We have
long
not.
rest?
We have not. It's been more
Not
than
had
Okay.
a long rest in at least one day.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We're making our way to Underwoods because we were waiting for Hobart Thither Yonder to be back around noon.
Okay.
Who are we waiting for?
Hobart Thither Yonder, so we can get half our money and also pick up the cloud.
No, I just like the way you said it the first time.
Thank you.
Hither yonder.
Hither Yonder, Yipper
It's
Yonder.
actually thither yonder.
Thither Yonder.
Bill
Thither.
Wheaton.
Bill Wheaton.
Why are you
Thither.
saying it
Gosh,
like that?
I wonder why we're never able to
Cool
advance the
whip.
plot line. I
Cool
wonder what it
whip.
could be. What?
You are welcome.
Okay, it's Point of Order, our weekly discussion of the D&D 5e
Is
rules.
that the name of this?
Occasionally interrupted by someone named Tyler. Occasionally interrupted by some actual role-playing. This is episode 21 of our campaign, All the Time in the World. So without further ado, let's jump right in. When last we left, our intrepid adventurers, the Quarry Boys, braved the helter-smelter mines in the dead of night, only to find an ancient dwarven burial chamber guarded by a beholder zombie, which had disrupted the otherwise profitable silver mining business. Upon defeating the creature, the party absconded with a few silver nuggets and made their way back to Underwoods in the very early morning to complete the deal they had started with Hobart Thither Yonder for an Aarakocran skyship known as a Cloud Runner, and to see if he could make them some alchemical silver to prep their weapons in anticipation of encountering some werewolves outside of Telworth. Instead, they found Smiles' paramour Cerise, who finally agreed to have breakfast with him this very morning, while the rest of the party regrouped with Sidonius and updated him on their recent travels to Deepworn Cleft. In a rare gesture, he commended them on their discoveries about Inevitable Night, the looming specter of the god figure Hastur inside of Pending Judgment, and the scattered pieces of the Chronomaticum throughout the Broken Waste. After which Sidonius sent them off to the Macraws, the untamed canyonlands to the west of the Broken Waste, to pursue a rumor that a shaman of the Stone Defilers may be in possession of a piece of the Chronomaticum. And as the party leaves Sidonius' house, puppies yapping behind the door as it shuts,
So cute.
we pick up from where we left off with Smiles about to have breakfast with his ladylove Cerise. So,
I thought we did a whole different, like you guys did a different episode, so we don't have to do. Oh, okay, sorry, I missed that.
that was a one-time thing. Well, maybe we'll make it a two-time thing. Anyway, so
Well, you're gonna two-time me?
I'm gonna like four-time you at some point.
Oh.
All right, so
That
Smiles.
sounds dirty.
It's super dirty. Smiles, you and so the party, the rest of your party has just left Underwoods, and you are standing there with Cerise as she is handing off the broom that she was using to kind of sweep up to another worker in the store. And after laying down some instructions for him, she grabs your arm and leads you out of Underwoods straight towards the lift. And it's a very purposeful kind of walk as she drags you behind her with all haste, dodging and weaving between the narrow street here on the third level of Deep Crack, weaving between all the people that are coming out into and forming crowds of traffic. And leads you straight towards the lift.
Cerise, where are we gonna go eat?
She's kind of looking straight ahead, not even looking back at you. She's like, "I told you we're gonna have breakfast. Come on, it's time for breakfast." She leads you up to the lift, and it slowly starts to crank all the way up to the surface. There are dozens of people in the lift now, and one large wagon full of goods that just like you're all kind of like crowded. The two of you are kind of crowded into a corner, and you can see that she's kind of looking around, like not really making eye contact with you, but looking around very warily.
Cerise, what is it? What do you see here?
Huh? Oh, nothing, Smiles. We're just gonna have breakfast. That's all. Just you and me. Just like I said.
Yeah. You know, I feel like you see me.
I do. I do see you.
But you seem distracted.
What? No! Smiles, of course not. Come on now. This is our special breakfast time. Let's enjoy it together.
Yes, absolutely. But you know what happened on this lift, right?
I know. You told me all about it.
Yeah, I almost died.
You did. With that, the lift comes to a grinding halt as it reaches the top, and the gates open up, and everybody starts pouring out into the main plaza at the top of Deep Crack. And as you look about, you can see there are there's a huge crowd of people here. Everybody sort of getting their day started, taking their wares to market, and you can see Merciless, the Red Dragonborn, has set up his little corner and is starting to extol the virtues of the Draconis Imperium once more. Cerise grabs you under the arm once more and starts dragging you in a direction towards the wealthy Wagoneer. But you can see she starts kind of looking around, and you can see her gaze fixates on someone or something in the crowd before she kind of stops suddenly. And she says, "Let's go to the market. Let's go to the market. Let's see if there's anything worth getting. Come with me." And she just kind of angles directly towards a market stall.
Do I recognize what she might be distracted by here?
Make a perception check.
Perception with advantage.
Did not say that.
Oh, well then 8.
8. Difficult to tell. But I will say in that general direction, you do see Merciless. You do see a flash of white armor in the crowd of people, and you notice that Declan Caradune, the Lyceum Arcanum agent, is there, along with a woman that you had seen him with the previous night when he had brought you in for questioning, and another woman who looks to be an attendant of that elderly woman that he's speaking with. And as she goes towards the one of the market stalls, you can see these big plump red tomatoes with these green stripes kind of flowing vertically down the seams. She's kind of going to the stall. She's picking them up, but you can tell she's kind of distracted. And she's like, "What do you think of this one?" And she's kind of craning her head back to try to listen over her shoulder.
Yeah, I'm saying, "Oh yeah, this one looks really good. Do you want to buy it?"
Shh, quiet.
Yeah, okay. Let's spend that time together.
She kind of gives you an annoyed look, and she's like, "Oh, all right, listen, Smiles, I gotta tell you this." And she kind of drags you away. She's pulling you to and fro, in a very herky-jerky kind of fashion, and brings you to another market stall. She's like, "Look, you see those 3 back there in the white armor?
I did see them. They caught my eye.
I need to listen to what they're saying."
Oh, you want to eavesdrop, huh?
Well, I wouldn't put it exactly like that, but I do need to hear what they're saying. You got anything that can help with that?
Oh yeah. Let's go over here, and I can certainly get close. Can you? You want me to go by myself?
I can get close, but I think that Declan Caradune, I think he's a little suspicious of me. He sees me around a lot.
All right. Well, if you want to stay out of sight, I can go listen.
How are you gonna do that?
Well, you're one of the very few people that know me this way, and let's just get a little hidden, and I'll change.
You sure you want to do this?
For you, of course.
She kind of gives you a skeptical look. All right, let's do this. She leads you over to an alley, and on one side of the wealthy Wagoneer, and yeah, she's there. And like, well, what do you got?
So we're out of sight.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to. Who do you think is the most innocuous-looking person here?
Who do you think?
Well, I would have said you, but if you're gonna change into someone else,
How about
I
that
don't
merchant right there? Looks like he could have a brother.
sure, yeah, that could be good.
So I'll change into somebody that looks pretty much like one of the merchants that we walked by. And I will also use my, I think I have a tattoo. Forget what it's called. Where's this thing? Masquerade tattoo. So that I match the clothes and everything. It looks like me. Not at all.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you undergo your transformation. Your elastic kind of plasticky skin like stretches and distorts, and you can see like she gets kind of like, ugh, I hate when you do this. Kind of look on her face as your skin starts to undulate, and suddenly when it reforms, you are bearing the visage of a merchant you just saw. Scraggly blonde hair, kind of tied back in a ponytail. Rough kind of sunburned skin, weathered skin. And just sort of plain brown trappings, like a vest over a brown linen shirt with brown linen pants.
For some reason, I'm picturing Total Recall. Do you remember when Arnold Schwarzenegger has the woman's face? It just all starts going all crazy.
Yeah,
That's what I
exactly.
picture
That's kind of
when
what
she-
it's like. Yeah.
What did she say? Like 2 days or something like? 6
Yeah.
days?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the-
She
that's
kept
the
repeating
phrase.
the same line over and
Yeah,
over. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's kind of like in the Dungeons and Dragons movie where he starts messing up on maintaining concentration on the
Yes,
illusion.
yes.
And
Right,
his
right,
face starts
right,
to
right,
like-
right.
Exactly. But not like that. It's perfect. I look perfect.
Yes, yes, you do.
All right, I start slowly meandering through the crowd and kind of picking up wares and investigating stalls as I work my way over to Declan.
Okay. As you do that, you can see that she is doing a similar thing kind of from the other side, kind of occasionally like passing, looking over at you, but not really paying much mind and kind of coming around on the other side. And as you get closer, all right, so you start to sneak there, and your intent is to try to eavesdrop, is that correct?
That's right. So I'll face away from them and kind of make out like I'm waiting for somebody.
Yeah, okay. So you start walking that direction. Go ahead and make a deception check for me.
With pleasure.
And I will give you advantage since you are disguised as someone else.
I don't need it,
Okay.
but I could roll because I rolled an 18 for a 29.
29, amazing. Okay. So as you sort of wind your way through the crowd, you end up sort of slowly backing up, kind of getting within conversational range of Declan and his compatriots. And what you hear, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
These are less good. It's a 9. I hope the
9.
DC's low.
Okay. Well, so you hear a few sort of broken bits of conversation. It's really just the hum of the crowd that's obfuscating the message here. So you feel like you might have to go a little bit closer. But it could border on being sort of uncomfortably close.
I'm going to drop a small bronze coin in their direction and kind of lean over to pick it up and clumsy me and get a little bit closer.
Oh, like a copper piece? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and give me a performance check.
With pleasure. With advantage?
Yeah, why not? You are dressed up quite ably.
Oh my god. Well, it got me from a 10 to a 13.
Okay. 13 total?
Yeah.
13 total, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Or good enough, shall we say? You kind of drop the coin. It kind of rolls over there, and yeah, you kind of bend over to pick it up, and you can start to make out bits of conversation that they're exchanging. And so, essentially, what you hear is an exchange in which Declan says, "So, Magister Caliana, it was nice having you here for a couple of days. I understand you're making your way over to the Grey Coast at this point, in the city of Mord Hall. Is that correct?" And she replies, "Yes, that is correct, Mr. Caradun. Magister Caradun, we have heard that there are rumors abounding from the west that there are strange magics being purveyed there, and as you know, the Lyceum has had no presence there for quite some time. And of course, the old teleportation circles are lost, so we must journey on foot for now. But our mission, of course, is twofold. We expect to rediscover the old teleportation circles, and at the same time understand the nature of this arcane disturbance that has gone under our notice." He says, "Well, I must say that is quite the adventure you will be undertaking, and can I say, Magister Caliana, you and your assistant here have been a real treat to deal with in these last few days, and I have learned so much and look forward to when you might return this way."
That's Caradun?
Yes. Yeah.
Like that? Okay.
And she nods her head like, "Well, I will say, Magister Declan, that if all goes according to plan, then we will be returning via teleportation, and perhaps we'll have no need to pass by Cordis once more. But your town is quaint, and I commend you on the progress you've made here so far. It is difficult here in the heart of the Imperium with all the rabble-rousing going on for the Lyceum to make progress, but perhaps you will make further inroads later this year." And you hear him reply, "Yes, that is certainly the intent. I plan on making my way further north, maybe closer to where the city of Dendrith lies. And I understand there are quite a few remnants of the Imperium there that may be more hospitable to our teachings." And she kind of nods her head. At this point, you've been standing there for quite some time, and all three of them kind of look at you, hunched over this copper piece for an absurdly long amount of time.
I kind of pantomime the yanking on it like it's stuck in a crack or something, and at that point, as I sense them noticing me, I kind of yank it up like it's stuck, and it finally unstuck out of the crack.
Okay, make a performance check for me one more time.
Come on, performance.
Come on.
A little higher than a 5. All right,
So you
25. 25.
25, very good.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
You managed to, well, let's double check here. Oh yeah, you managed to enact the retrieval of your coin quite ably, and as you kind of pull it free, yeah, do you do anything, say anything?
Oh, I say, dagnabbit, was stuck. I got it.
They kind of give you a curious glance and turn back to the conversation, and he escorts them out of the plaza towards the south, where the road that leads out of Cordis and the Broken Waste kind of wends its way down the hills and into the forest.
Well, won't that be something? So do I spot Cerise?
Yeah,
nearby?
make a perception check.
Perception. Once again, amazing. 9.
Okay, 9. You look through the crowd, kind of looking over the tops of all the heads, and you don't actually see her, but she does. But you do feel a pat on your butt, and as you kind of turn around, she is walking towards the alley, like near the Wealthy Wagoneer that you had originally parted from.
Yeah, I follow her.
Okay. You make your way over to the alley, and she's already there. And she says, "Well, how'd it go?"
Oh, well, You ain't gonna believe this. They was talking about all kinds of things.
You can drop the accent and the costume at this point.
I'm not sure that I could. And then I shift back to myself,
Okay.
or Wichino says myself
Bloop, bloop, bloop. All right.
as Miles, and then I relay the message about the Magister making her way to Mort Hall at the Grey Coast, and that there's some rumors of strange magic there, and so on and so forth in the teleportation circles.
Okay. She is nodding intently, and she comes out of her reverie rather suddenly after about 30 seconds of just silence, and then she looks at you, and then she kisses you, and says, "That was amazing, Smiles. That was amazing."
Worth it for you anytime.
Let's go have some breakfast.
I would be delighted.
All right.
Lead the
and
way.
She escorts you, and this time takes you into the Wealthy Wagoneer, where the two of you grab a table and enjoy a pleasant morning with pleasant conversation. For the first time in quite some time, she is not quite so brusque and actually open to talking and actually yeah. I mean, so you have this opportunity to speak with her about whatever you like if you want.
So we get into a little bit of something, and I say, I meant what I said before about seeing you, and I don't think there are many people that see me, but you do.
Well, Smiles, one might say I have a knack for reading people. But I will admit, you're a bit of a mystery to me. And it's more than just the faces and the costumes. There's and the acting. There's something under there. I just can't put my finger on, Smiles. What are you holding back?
Yeah. Well, I've got this past, and I told you as much as I could, and I don't know that I can get it all out. It's painful.
We've all got pasts, Miles. You have to get
Maybe-
past your past if you want to take a look at the future.
But the past is... It's what drives me towards the future. What about you? What was all that about with the Lyceum?
Well, don't worry your pretty little head over it, Smiles. It's not important to talk about right now.
You mean that?
I do mean that, Smiles. I do mean it.
That my head's
Uh,
pretty?
It's very pretty.
Oh. Yours is beyond.
I know. But really, Smiles, look, whatever you got buried inside, you can't let the past be your compass guiding you to the future. You gotta find something else to. You gotta find some other North Star for you to follow.
I don't know. What if I pick the wrong star? I had one. And it
There
fell out
are-
of the sky.
There are a million stars in the sky, Smiles. All you gotta do is just look up at night and pick another one.
What if I pick the wrong one?
Then you just pick another one after that and just keep following that one.
You're so smart.
I know. I am.
Yeah, so we have breakfast. There's I'm gonna assume that there's somebody coming by with things to sell, and I buy some flowers for Cerise and have those
Okay.
give it to her.
Sure. Yeah. She is. Gotta make a persuasion check for me.
Who am I persuading?
You can make it with advantage.
With advantage, okay. Because hold on, oh, natural 20, 31.
Amazing. Okay. She seems genuinely touched by the gesture and takes the flower. At first, she's got this demeanor of just like, "You idiot! Why are you wasting your money on that?" But you can tell behind her eyes she's actually quite tickled by it. And she takes a long sort of whiff from it before she puts it down on the side. Yeah, you enjoy a pleasant morning with her after quite some time of exchanging nothing but unpleasantries for the last several weeks.
So as we leave, I kind of expressed that I wish she would come with us because again, I'm going to be away from here, and I try to be back soon, but it'd be much better if she was with us.
I understand, Smiles, but you know I've made a promise to myself. I'm never leaving Underwoods again. You know what happened last time I left.
All too well, all too well. But you know I've got to do this. So that if I don't, who will?
I know you do. And I don't know exactly what it is you've got to do, but I can tell by the friends you're keeping, and there's something in your voice that's got me a little spooked. I know you got to do it. Whatever it is. But make sure you come back.
To you, always.
Alright, well, have yourself a good trip, and look, that bugbear you're traveling with, he's alright, he'll keep you safe.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good
Yeah,
guy.
you stick next to him.
And so I walk her back to Underwoods and then make my way to what's his name? That guy. The old guy.
Sidonius?
Sidonius, yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I mean,
The
we're on our
Dragonborn.
way back from him too. So I mean, we were gonna go meet up at Underwoods after, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you're leaving the Wealthy Wagon or Underwoods after dropping off Cerise back at work, the rest of you at this point have sort of just finished. The door to Sidonius's domicile has closed. You could hear the yapping of puppies from behind the heavy steel door, and yeah, you guys are on the third level of Deep Crack. What do you all do?
We're
Remind
heading
me
up
what
to
time it
Underwoods,
is?
right?
It is mid-morning at this point, like around 9-10 o'clock.
When's the last time we got a
We have
long
not-
rest?
We have not. It's been more
Not
than
had
that.
a
Okay.
long rest in at least one day.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We're making our way to Underwoods because we were waiting for Hobart Thither Yonder to be back around noon.
Okay.
Who are we waiting for?
Hobart Thither Yonder, so we can get half our money and also pick up the cloud.
No, I just like the way you said it the first time.
Oh,
Thank you.
Hither yonder.
Hither Yonder, yipper
It's
yonder.
actually thither yonder.
Thither yonder.
Hill
Thither.
Wheaton.
Will
Bill Wheaton.
Why are you
Thither
saying it
Gosh,
like that?
I wonder why we're never able to
Cool
advance the
whip.
plot line. I
Cool
wonder what it
whip.
could be. What?
You are welcome. Tyler.
Thank you.
All right. So as you guys start walking back to Underwoods, it's a narrow street, a narrow sort of causeway along the edge here. What's your mark?
Say that one more time.
What's your marching
Say for-
order? as
say
you're
for me?
walking back to-
Say
Say for
something?
me?
Your marching order as you're walking towards Underwoods.
Aurora will be right out in front. I don't know if Lucius is flying around.
I feel like Lucius would be like constantly flying next to her, being like, "Poor man, look at this," and he's like, "Oh, he's distracted with him." He's like, "Whoa, look at this vendor, man! They're selling like totally awesome stuff. Whoa, over here!" They're, like feet kind of never touching the ground, or if they are, they're like kind of glancing off the ground. But he's kind of like always kind of trying to fly.
Yes.
Sure.
And my passive perception is so low that I am like not really noticing he's even doing this.
You fools, we have enemies around us. Stop with this chitter chatter. Bitter batter.
Bro,
Zombie
man.
bird.
I
No.
assume I'm not with them yet. Is that right?
You are not yet regrouped with the party, and as the three of you are walking along, Roar, your exceptionally low passive perception does not allow you to detect a rough fist that kind of grabs the front of your chest and slams your rather frail body, tall but long and frail body against the wall. When you see kind of coming up right in front of your face, a rather sweaty woman with the top part of her face kind of looking like they've got pretty delicate features, like slightly upturned eyes, like a pert little nose, but the bottom half of the jaw kind of like very squarish, and you can see like slight pointed tips to her ears, indicating her half-elf heritage. And you can tell her hair is like sort of braided tightly and wound around her head. And as she kind of puts her face right in front of you, you can see like blackened teeth as she like slams you against the wall and says, "Hello, hello, hello. What have we got here then?
Unhand him, Longshanks. Put him down.
Yeah, she kind of like puts one other palm like on your face, Valfire. She like pushes you away. And she's like, "You the blokes that were traipsing about in our mine last night to break in and steal something, yeah?" And,
Oh. Oh, are
can
you
see-
are you Ajanti or are you Jenna?
So you can see another smaller hand kind of place her hand on the shoulder of this large woman and kind of gently pull her aside and says, now, sister, let's rationalize with them first before we decide to destroy them. Is it true what my sister said? Are you in fact the ones who broke into our property last night?
I wouldn't say broke in so much, but you're welcome. There was an undead beholder shooting stuff off. My friend here almost died, and we took care of that for you, so you can get back to whatever it is you were doing down there.
Hey, Roar, man! Look at this, man! This guy's selling like cool little like stained glasses over here, man.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Man, get over here!
I would, but I got some hands on me here.
You tell him to stop and get over here. He's got a fire sale going on. He's like
Okay,
right
yeah,
now.
I'll be right with you. Be right with you, Lucius. Yeah, so you're welcome.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
I would love to. Persuasion for Roar, I think it's a solid +0 for an 18. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
look at
they
that.
kind of look back at each other. The larger of the Helter sisters looks back at you with a snort, but and is about like kind of rears back with a fist and is about to deck you, but like the smaller sister seems to like be putting her hand away. It's like, now, Ajanti, I think there might be some truth to their words. Let's hear them out. Beholder's zombie, you say?
Yeah, I mean, it was a big old meatball with some eye stalks, and it was shooting some stuff. It was really scary, making this wheezing noise. We crushed it. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't you notice all the holes in all of your miners and why they weren't mining anymore? Do you not go there often, Mrs. and Mrs.?
Well, ever since people started dying there, we kind of stopped going back that frequently, you know?
Yeah, well, you can go back now. Like you have to clean up some bodies, like a lot of bodies. But that wasn't us. Like it was just the meatball we went for. And you could thank the quarry boars for that. We're the heroes of the lift. We stop Obsidian Ring. We are amazing. So you're welcome.
All right, make another persuasion check for me.
Okay, love to. I'm rolling the same die because that's how.
And I'll give you advantage because Valfire did kind of pipe in and help there.
Oh, okay. So I said I would live and die by dice hitting other dice. It's a 16. It was a 19, but the red die knocked the 19 into a 1. So 16.
That is the way the dice roll. Good.
That is that is how it works now.
Yeah. So still pretty good. They kind of look at each other and if you would, just a moment. And the two of them kind of scuttle off like a few feet away. You can hear them talking in hushed tones with each other. You can see that they're having a very animated discussion where the smaller one, who, by the way, looks like almost like a twin of the larger one, but slighter of frame, way more, like much better kept. She keeps her hair like kind of in a nice ponytail. Her clothes very clean and kind of reflective of a higher sort of station.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you can see the bigger one, Ajanti, is kind of like whispering very loudly, and she seems to be very on the negative side of this conversation. But you can see the smaller one seems to get the upper hand, and she kind of like zip, and they walk back to you. She's like, "We would like to thank you for your efforts in helping to clear out the mine, clear out the problem of our mining operation. This was rather unexpected. Tell me, what prompted you to actually go in there in the first place?"
Tell me, how did you know we were the ones that were in there? We're the ones asking questions here, Missy.
It doesn't appear that you are the ones asking questions, as we're the ones asking questions. But we knew because there were several, well, shall we say, inebriated figures who were trying to find some sleep in the area and managed to catch your catch sight of you as you're exiting.
Oh, we are so famous.
At one point, at this point, Lucius walks up and goes, Valfire, man, it's probably because they saw the eye stalk that you took and like it's hanging off your belt, man. See it right there? They probably saw that.
I didn't take one, did I? I don't remember if I did.
I
I don't think so.
I think you
Roar was
failed
trying to get
taking
one.
it. I was trying to get
Roar
one and I
tried to get
failed.
one.
Yeah,
Oh.
he failed.
Yeah, I think.
Well,
Yeah, I
like
don't
it
think
like
you were able to get one.
disintegrated
Yeah.
or mushed or something. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Lucius doesn't remember that.
Yep. Yep. That's true. That is in game.
Yeah, he's actually looking at a talisman of some kind out from the wilds. It's on your waist.
That's right.
Right. What did she ask us?
Yeah.
Why did we go do it? Oh,
Yeah.
we had because it's we needed some silver, and it turns out that you guys were mining silver, and so we were told that no more silver was being mined. We got some dangerous stuff we got to go fight. We want to kind of silver our weapons, and so we took on ourselves to go and kickstart that thing right back up for you.
They kind of look at each other and like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Roar is
the-
nothing if not honest.
Yeah, sure. And then the smaller one, Jinna, says, well, that's quite brave of you, I must say, for no better reason than to solve a problem. My sister and I thank you. The mining operation will be up and running post haste.
Oh, great. Yeah. If you could send some silver over to Hobart thither yonder, that'd be great. He was gonna silver some weapons for us. I know he'd appreciate like a direct source.
Yeah. They kind of shrug and say, certainly. We'd be happy to do so in exchange for the service you've already provided.
Oh man, what a good day. Oh gosh. Okay. We're making friends
Good day
everywhere.
for
guys.
everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna go see Hobart. Should we say hi for you, or you guys know him?
There's trouble in the north. I just say that statement. Is that what the statement was last night?
They both look at you kind of quizzically. Like, all right, so there is. Yes, do give the old gnome a hearty handshake on our behalf, and we'll send some silver over in that direction. But thank you again for your service.
Lucius just looks them up and down and wants to know kind of like if they're telling the whole truth. He doesn't, for some reason, he doesn't trust them.
Go ahead, make an insight check.
I don't even think that. That's great.
11.
11. You don't detect any ulterior motives of any kind, but
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it was 11. You're right. Okay. His
yeah,
insight
no
is good.
ulterior motives that you can detect, but you can also choose to be suspicious if you like.
Yeah, bros, man. Y'all are suspicious. What's going on with that mine, man?
There's nothing anymore going on with the mine. It
Cool.
was-
All right. Bye.
I'll just nod my head and follow him.
All right, okay. You guys just walk off, leaving them befuddled. And, all right.
Yeah.
Pleasant day to you all as well. And they walk off their separate ways and head
Hey,
back.
wait, question. Have you guys ever shared a halfling before?
Jesus Christ.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage, please.
Double nat 20s, bring it. Make it happen.
See it. Yeah. 9.
9. The larger one, Ajanti, walks up to you, kind of standing over you by several feet, and she looks down upon you and says,
Yeah, we did once. And hay was delicious.
and then she walks off.
Yeah, it was.
Creepy. I don't trust them. Hey, where'd you guys go? Trump.
Yeah, you all catch up, and
And then I want to say one thing to Roar.
Yeah.
I said, Roar, didn't we take a bag from that mine already?
Yeah, but just I'm trying to help out Hobart just so he has like a more direct
He
line.
has
He doesn't have to
more
go through
silver.
no
Yeah.
middleman.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Do you think they'll be mad that we took their silver?
They're not gonna know.
They won't. Okay. Good to know.
Spoils of war, man. Finders keepers. Losers suck.
Where I'm from, people that steal stuff get their hands cut off. Hopefully that won't happen here in this town.
All right.
You know, Mike was about to have Lucius spill the beans about the bag we took, but
yeah,
I was
I
like,
know.
I was realized Lucius wouldn't be aware.
And then we should have said, well, yeah, we've already sent them. We've already delivered one bag to.
No,
to
well, we did nothing of the sort. Paul, with your trying to break it.
woulda,
it.
shoulda, woulda.
Yep.
All right, we'll just walk off.
All right. You continue to walk towards Underwoods after your brief altercation with the Helter sisters, and you run into Smiles on the street. Close to Underwoods, and the party regroups once more.
Oh, hey there, boss. How's breakfast? We had a great time with Sidonius. He has puppies?
It was
And-
magical
Oh boy.
and dreamy.
I'm not listening. Okay, great.
Flowers.
Good to know. I'm really tired. Let's go pick up this Cloud Runner.
Red
hey,
hair.
Smiles, man. I think,
It was
man,
red
you
like
gotta.
your feathers. Your feathers remind me of her hair.
Yeah, man. I think I've seen this happen before. I think you're in love, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not good though.
I think it must be a magic spell.
Hmm. What if I
Yeah,
have anything for
man.
that?
My,
If I have anything for that.
my sensei used to say that's not good for you, man.
Well, what about you
Active.
guys? What happened with Sablonius?
What? Who?
Did he spin you some baloney?
Are you okay, bud?
Yeah.
He's drunk on love, man.
Okay. Okay, great. Let's head over to Underwoods.
Okay.
Yeah. No, go. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you head over to Underwoods. I mean, you're there in like 5 minutes. And at this point, it's probably like 10:30, 11 in the morning. Hobart did say that he would, or Cerise did say that Hobart would be there around noon.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're there. As you walk in, you can see Cerise dealing with a couple of customers, and he kind of gives you a sidelong, sort of quizzical glance as you enter. It's like, you just left. And then goes back to dealing with the customers.
We'll just
Yeah,
kind of putz around for a little bit and like touch everything.
Okay.
Waiting around and then kind of game. I think we should game plan a little bit for. We're gonna take off today. We're gonna get some rations and stuff. I mean, we can just survive on good berries. It's fine.
While Roar is
But-
trying to game plan, I am just retelling stories of ways that Cerise is wonderful, and I'm finding a way to change the subject on everything that anybody brings up into something about Cerise.
Okay. All right.
What
I'm imagining
can I
this is
do?
like Lucius trying to explain to Smiles all the cool tchotchkes that he found. Like,
Mhm.
cool, man, this guy was like selling all these cool like stained glasses, man. You would love it. You
I
would
know,
love it.
and you know, when you look into Cerise's eyes, the color is just like stained glass. It's just
mean,
so beautiful.
That's fine, man, but like that's not what we're talking about. So like I'm talking about stained glass, man, not like cool lady glass eyes, man.
Yeah, I think Cerise could make stained glass. I mean, she's so smart; she could probably do anything.
I'm going to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Don't go too far.
All right. So so you guys can
Yeah. Wait
kind of-
around. Yeah.
Yeah, wait around a little bit, and then about
Can
an
this
hour
count as
later,
a short rest? By the way.
It can count as a short rest if you're not doing anything in particular. Yeah, you're just kind
That'd
of
be
milling
great.
about.
That'd be great.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you take a short rest and
Whoa! We're gonna take a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have
Yes.
I have a little tune to sing to our group for this short rest.
Of course you do.
Okay.
Yeah, and it goes a little something. I say because there's a smaller audience here, and so I say, hey, you know, guys, I was workshopping something, and I'm just trying to try it out. I don't know if I'm gonna do it for the larger audience yet, but I'd like you to hear it. I start going, Corey boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when the dragon comes for you? Corey boys, and you know, that's the little song of rest that
Oh,
You know,
I'm
I-
just like getting really hyped on it for some reason.
Oh man. Yeah. Could you play that as we're entering battle? That'd be sweet.
It would.
I could, but
So-
I got to work on I got the chorus, but I need the refrain.
Genuinely worried about fair use soon. Anyway, how much are we adding? Because I am using short dice.
Song of Rest,
You're
yeah.
gonna get to add let's see, Song of Rest.
D8 or
a
D6?
D6. A D6.
D6.
So you
Cool.
you roll those d6 smiles, and then everybody adds that amount.
Oh, I get to roll the D6.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. Well, you
We've
guys
only
are
done
gonna
this
be getting
14 times. Yeah,
Oh, an extra 4 points
I'll
of
take it.
There you go.
healing damage.
Cool.
There you go. Very good. All right. So yeah, you mill about for the next hour or so, and shortly before noon, as you can see, like sort of the streets start to fill up more with the lunchtime crowd and people kind of breaking work. The door opens with a jingle, and you can see the tiny form of Hobart Thither Yonder walk in. He walks into Underwoods and just walks right past you all and goes straight behind the counter and picks up like a broken mechanism that he'd been working on like the day before, and just like without even saying anything, just goes back to exactly where he was, and continues to try to screw something in place.
Hey, bud. Hobart?
Oh, oi, hello there. Oh, I remember y'all.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm probably still bleeding a little bit from a huge bite that was taken out of my arm, and I'm like, oh hi, so, deal's a deal. Mine's coming back up, silver coming your way. We're good. We'd love the Cloud Skipper and our discount.
Why, is what you're saying true then?
Oh yeah, oh it's true.
Yeah, just look behind the counter. We dropped a sample of the silver
Oh we did,
right
yeah,
there
that's right.
for you. Take
Very
a look
good.
into the bag.
Yeah, he kind of hops off of his stool and opens the bag. He's like, "Hoy, my eyes are not deceiving me. It's silver, isn't it?" He pulls out a big hunk, and he's kind of holding like a big hunk of the ore. He's like, "I've not seen the likes of this in many months. Y'all did a fantastic job.
It is, so you can take it off our fee.
I certainly will. I certainly will."
I
think we
maybe
said
don't
two-
mention it that you got it from us though.
All right. I'll try to keep it a secret, but
No secrets. You can tell whoever you need to tell.
so you're
okay.
saying it's a secret, and you're
Oh
saying
no,
it's not a secret.
listen to Valfire. He's so smart.
All right, it's not a secret then. I can talk about it.
Yes.
Very good. Well, color me impressed, lads. I am really, really pleased with the work you've done, and I am quite happy to engage in our original offer of 2,000 gold pieces for the Cloud Runner.
So
Sold.
we'll
Let's
need
go.
our 500 gold back.
Did you actually leave it with it? I think.
Yes, he did. He
Oh,
totally
he did. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I guess
That's right.
Leroy was the banker was not able to
Right.
convince him to.
Right, that's right.
All right. So he kind of goes into under the counter and pulls out a sack of gold. It's like, I've already put it aside for you, and plops it on the counter, and you have 500 gold back into your coffers.
Great. Okay, here's the thing. So you said you increased the range on this thing to 20 days. Okay.
15 to 20 days, depending on how you're using it.
15 to 20. Refill it in Telworth or
Or Stratus Excelsior itself, if you
Stratus
can get there.
Yep. Okay, so that's what we got there. Anything else for how to use it, how to fix it, anything like that?
Walk with me. I'll show you everything you need to know.
Sure. Great.
And
I've got my
somebody
notebook
mind
out.
the store. And
Notebook
you
out,
gotta
tiny
walk
glasses
that.
on.
Yeah.
Does
Before-
anybody else
before-
imagine the Cloud Runner, by the way, as like a 1950s Cadillac convertible? With
Yes,
like
absolutely.
A
It's
huge front and
huge.
back.
It's huge.
Back and
yeah.
it's just like this square, boxy, just like
Yeah.
yeah.
It's got
okay,
fins.
just making sure.
For sure.
And it
for
flies.
sure.
Yes, exactly that with the fins on the taillights.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Right. So Hobart starts.
Some real Fantastic Four shit, by the way.
Mhm, yeah.
Right.
I say, Master Gnome, real quick before you take us out there. You say that the process for silvering weapons involves taking silver and making a silver byproduct that it gets put on the weapons. Is that
Ah,
correct?
yes. Alchemical silver, that's right. A solution, silver suspended in a solution that you apply to the weapon in question.
Oh, very good. I pull out a sack that has all my alchemist supplies because I'm proficient with it. I
Okay.
said I haven't used these in a while. Do you have instructions on how to do this? Because I'd like to try it while in my travels, so I can learn it myself.
Oh, interesting, interesting. You know, you've done me quite a service. I'd be happy to show you. Let me show you about the Cloud Runner. We'll come
Yeah.
back to my lab, and I'll show you how to make alchemical silver.
Great. Thank you.
All right. And he leads you outside, and Hobart thither yonder never walks. He's always just sort of striding as fast as he can. And the little gnome kind of hops off of his stool, and he just like zips out of the out of Underwoods. And you all are pressed to kind of like run after him and chase him as he does not stop or even look behind.
He power walks, yes.
Yeah, pretty much. And before you know it, you are at the lift, finding your way, moving back up to the surface once more, and crossing a bridge that spans Deep Crack over towards the East Crack side of Cordis. And he leads you through an area that is primarily warehouses and sort of like wagon repair shops and various sort of industrial type of buildings here, and takes you to a particular warehouse, almost standing a little bit apart from the rest of the buildings in this haphazardly sort of constructed area. And you can see that there are a handful of guards actually there that all kind of like level their crossbows in your general direction as you approach. It's like, it's all right, I'm here. No need
My
to panic.
rapier is halfway out.
Yeah. And they instantly sort of like lower their crossbows and look like, they're with me. It's fine. It leads you to the very large sort of front bay doors of this warehouse. And you can see he's like jangling with keys at his side, and unlocks one of the locks, unlocks the second lock, and you can see there's like a whole like column of locks that just run up and down this these set of doors. And after several minutes of fiddling with all of them and trying to remember which key goes where, he like opens up one of the doors, like it like slides open. He's like, just a minute, I'll be right back. And he slips inside and closes the door behind him, and you can hear various gears and mechanisms turning, switches being thrown, ropes being or chains being cranked or uncranked and loosened. And then finally, after like about 20 minutes of this, he opens the door. It's like, I think I got all the traps. Should be safe. And opens the door just a crack and ushers you inside. Quickly now.
We
Are
follow.
we all going?
absolutely. Yep.
Okay, you all go inside, and he closes the doors behind you, and you're kind of left in the pitch black for a moment before he pulls out a lantern and lights it and kind of leads you through the through this warehouse and to a rope on the side, a big heavy rope. It's like, would one of you stronger types mind if you wouldn't mind? I've always found this a little bit difficult.
I'll pull it.
Okay, you pull on the rope, and you start to hear chains start to clank from up above, and a bright sliver of light comes and bisects the warehouse and illuminates everything. And you watch as the roof starts to split open. As you're kind of pulling, the rope turns into chain, and you're kind of pulling down on this chain further and further as the rope splits. And finally, you see open sky above you, as what is revealed in this warehouse is this massive ship, probably about 30 or 40 feet long, with a large sort of deck at the rear of the ship, boasting a weird sort of dais or pedestal almost, with nothing else really present besides that. It looks like there are a set of stairs that descend into a lower deck, and the rear of the ship seems to be adorned with these massive fins that span actually so tall that it extends below the lower hull and above the upper deck. And there are 3 fins, one in the center, and then 2 kind of on the sides, all on the back of the ship. And he stands kind of proudly with like his hands on his hips, like, "Well, there she is. She's all yours. She will need a name, of course."
Do I
Turn
recognize
to-
this?
I turn to
style, by the
Roar
way?
and I say, "That is not what I was expecting."
You do recognize this, Lucius. It is, in fact, an Aarakocran Cloud Runner from Stratus Excelsior, and you can tell by the fine sort of like inlay on the hull that it is a purely of Aarakocran design. There is a big patch of wood on the side of the hull that's sort of facing you that is sort of like a discoloration, almost like a whitish sort of splotch against the dark colored hull. And as you kind of look at that in that direction, you kind of like, "That's where I had to make most of my repairs. It was quite the effort."
Lucius will kind of walk, rubbing his hand down the side of the ship, like this little taste of Aarakocran culture.
Yeah, go ahead and make a make a perception check for me with advantage as you're kind of running your fingers along the hull.
It is a 21.
21. The designs you can see kind of inlaid in the hull represent many of these cloud runners among the clouds, hence the name, and many like tiny little Aarakocra aboard these ships, flying them to whatever destination off on a distant horizon. Several of them kind of flying about, circling, taking in the open sky. And you think back to your earlier days when you were growing up and before you were kind of given over to the monastery, of times with your parents and your family, taking the Cloud Runner out for sort of a weekend jaunt, and catching the breeze in your feathers as you were gaining some altitude. Your father doing like some crazy climbs and some some dives that would cause that feeling in your tummy. It's definitely a nostalgic moment for you.
All right. I will be lost in that moment, just kind of continuously caressing and pausing, and that's it.
Okay. The rest of you watch as Lucius gets absorbed by the by whatever reverie is flowing through his mind. It's like, "Come, let me take you to the top and show you how to use it."
Oh yeah, can't wait. I'm climbing. Let's go.
All right. And so as you make your way to the top, you climb the upper deck, and he stands at the podium, and he says, "Are you ready for this?" And he mutters a command word, and before you appears a spectral form of a giant ship wheel, essentially, that's kind of like glowing in this blue sort of light. And next to it, a singular lever, also in this blue spectral form, also appears. And he's like, "This will control your altitude, and this will steer the ship. Pretty simple."
Oh yeah. Does it use lift? Like how does it fly exactly?
Oh, your friend might know that better than I would. This is a secret the Aarakocra maintain, but they have certainly figured out how to give the power of flight to inanimate objects and maintain that enchantment.
Oh, amazing. Oh, I can't wait. Okay. I'm just gonna like game plan. Just chair fly this thing for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. And so you get a feel for the controls, and sorry, there's a second lever that also controls altitude, but but it's very straightforward. He says, kind of gives you some instructions about how to sort of when a gust of wind comes in what direction, like from a certain direction, how to like sort of tack into it or
Grab
like
into
use
it,
it
yeah.
as momentum to gain some speed and all that stuff. It's a lot of like he's just kind of chattering on and on for many minutes about
I'm writing a notebook. Yep.
goes into a lot of digressions about the time I had to tow this to Telworth to get it charged, and adventures that he had along the way, and it was quite the affair. But yeah, he gives you fills your head with instruction. You fill your notebook with instruction, and gives you a very clear picture of how to operate it.
Cool. You guys go to your thing. I'm gonna pop Owl out and just start talking to him about it. Like he's gonna. I don't care if he starts talking. I'm like, Owl, we're gonna get to fly. Holy crap. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. This and then this and then this.
Okay. Owl pops up. Throw! Where's the enemy? I'll show them what for. What is this?
Oh, our own very Cloud Run, and I'm just gonna talk over him the whole time.
Yeah.
A flying apparatus of the Aarakocra.
No, like you gotta focus though, because then there's altitude, and then there's heading, and then there's pitch, and it's gonna be great. Oh, okay.
Oh my god, a meta moment. All right. Look, Tom's well of information for this. He's like, this is my whole world. You get to talk about the yaw, the pitch, and then we use the ailerons and landing gear, whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you pull an Immelman?
I don't know.
What? What is that?
It's
Say
like
for, say for me.
it's a fighter jet maneuver.
Oh, no, I don't know. No, I was gonna ask if this thing operates under the region reverse command. Like if slow flight happens, yeah. Anyway, we'll work on it. You know what? I'll test.
All right. You can see Owl is very clearly sort of just sort of walking along the deck, kind of looking at it. It's like,
Oh, well, I suppose if you can't fly on your own, this sort of thing could come in handy, but...
That's what Lucius always says.
It appears we have something in common after all, the big bird and I.
And as he continues to kind of peruse, Hobart is still kind of chattering, here and there, but he grows serious for a moment and says,
Boy, there's one thing I do need to tell you before you take this out. There's rumors of a great beast of the sky. Fly too low, the ship won't take you as far as you need it to in the time that you'll need it. If you fly too high, you run the risk of bumping into a creature by the name of Shark Claws.
I'm sorry, did you say sharp claws or shark claws? What's a
shark? Shark with a K. Shark.
Oh, really?
What is a shark?
Oh, it's a great beast of the sea, but this one is more of an aerial kind of beast. A great winged beast who roams the skies.
You've never seen a shark?
I've only heard tell of them. They're ferocious animals.
And I'll turn into a shark. I'll wild shape into a shark. I'll grab a little fin and then eat some jerky and then just plop down as a shark.
Okay. So
what is that? What is that?
So as you transform into this non-breathing beast of the sea, you can see Hobart. He jumps in fright, and Roar is just kind of standing behind you, grabbing onto your skinny leg through the hair. And it's just like, oh, is that a shark? Oh, it's worse than my nightmares.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Hobart.
And I have a lot of nightmares.
It's just Valfire. It's okay. He's just gnawing you a little bit.
And I'll just turn back and say, "Oh, okay. It's kind of hard to breathe without the water. It's not great."
Okay.
I thought you said Sharknado for a second.
I was gonna say, does it fly up near bad weather?
Is there a tornado with these sharks in there? I've heard about these spouts that happen. No, you said Sharp Claw. Sorry.
No, shark. It is Shark Claw. Shark Claws is its name.
Would I be familiar with Shark Claw?
Make a history check for me.
Pretty sure you said with advantage.
Oh my God!
I'll give you advantage because
Tyler.
This is the night of advantage. Sure, everybody gets advantage.
That didn't help. I got worse. 9.
9. Okay. The name is familiar. You've definitely heard other Aarakocra speaking about this in the past, but always kind of rumor and it's more like, we don't have to worry about shark claws up here in Stratus Excelsior. More like that.
Hey, bro, man, can you tell me about the shark claw, man? I mean, I'm, of course, man, as an Aarakocra, know all about it, but can you maybe tell us what else you know?
Hoy, I will tell you.
What is it, man?
Yeah, man, totally what Smile said.
It's a great beast who roams the skies.
Uh-huh.
A great winged beast.
Yeah.
With 3 heads.
Oh.
Atop the neck in the center is a powerful lion's head whose roar inspires fear. On the left shoulder, a terrible dragon's head that breathes fire crowns that side. And on the right, a goat's head that's also there.
That last one is a little bit weird.
Yeah, to be honest, perhaps I should have gone in the reverse order, but regardless.
And the last head is a goat. But it's vicious, it's ornery, it eats a lot of cans.
I can't tell you much about the goat's head, but Sharkclaws itself is a fearsome creature that preys on the unsuspecting who roam the skies. And
Yeah.
his attempt-
Question though. Where's the shark part?
Oh, I think they named him that because someone who had seen one of those creatures, he's kind of looking at Valfire, like kind of turning his head, they thought that he kind of resembled like a predatory beast of the sea, but in the sky. And I didn't name it. I didn't name it. What are you looking at me for?
Sure. Okay, guy.
So, just beware.
Okay. Got it, boss.
Hey,
So,
do-
like-
do you have anything like is there equipment on this Cloud Skyer that could defend against Sharknado? Bah?
Unfortunately, I had to remove all the defensive accoutrement in order to repair the ship, and never got a chance to put it back on. But I think if you're interested, perhaps I could build some interesting contraptions for you.
We have to go. We don't have time for this. That's the thing.
Well, if you make your way back, perhaps in the meantime, I could.
Yeah. Yeah, when we get it back to you or something, we'll see.
I have an idea for a ballista that would be perfect on the prow of this ship. What
How
say you?
long would it take you to make?
It's a big project.
Uh-huh.
Let's say a month.
Oh
Bro,
boy.
40
man,
days.
like get started now,
Uh-huh.
and
Sure.
we'll like pay you when we get back.
Uh-huh.
It's like the reverse deal that Smiles did, where he left money. We'll just not.
Smiles is
leave money.
already taking the money out to leave with them.
No,
So-
no, Smiles, man. Remember what Leroy said, man.
So we're not doing that anymore then, is that what you're
No,
saying?
man.
No.
You this time. You see, we now have good faith with you, man. So now you gonna go ahead and do the work on that good faith.
Smiles is like going back and forth with putting the money out and then
What-
taking it back. And
What is customary though? Yeah, he's pushing him. What is customary though is a deposit for materials so I can get started on the work.
Yeah, the silver,
I'm gonna
man.
turn to,
The silver was the deposit, man.
I
I'm gonna
thought you
turn
wanted
to-
to make alchemical silver out of that.
I'm gonna turn to Rory and say like, hey, I think we're gonna destroy this thing or sell it to the Aarakocra when we're done, right?
We're not likely to get it back. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
we're
no
gonna
deposit,
pass.
man. No
pass.
deposit,
We're-
man.
We're gonna pass.
200
No,
gold pieces and I'll build you a ballista.
Nah, we don't need it.
25 gold pieces, and you get started right now, man.
Nah, we don't
Let's
need
say 75 right now and I'll get started and you pay me the rest when you come back.
it.
20
Sold.
We'll let
22.
you
22.
pay us 50 gold pieces for the privilege of putting it on our Cloud Runner when you're done with it, so you can have pride in your work.
You negotiate like this other Dragonborn I've seen come into my shop several times. He's also very bad at the maths.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm just saying, make a counter.
He did.
I did make a
uh,
counter. You're just
no deal.
You remind me so much of that Dragonborn.
No deal.
When he's not looking, I will hand over 75 golden gold.
Yes.
That's right. I forgot he was a
Yeah.
Dragonborn when he made that deal.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was. Yeah.
Okay. So you're giving him the 75 for the ballista?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Make a sleight of hand check.
Cool. Sleight of hand. I have a +5.
No.
It's oh yeah. It's a natural 20 for a 25.
Yes. Let's go.
None of you.
Can I sleight of hand
noticed.
stop that?
You
What's
may
that?
not.
No, none of you noticed.
did not see
25,
it.
man.
None of you
I've-
noticed.
Let me roll something.
It's passive perception.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
no-
And I mean, as I'm doing, I'll turn to Valfar and go, "Hey, I kind of want to get to know this thing a little bit. If you're gonna go talk to him about some alchemical silver stuff, you do your thing, okay?"
Sounds
Felt
good.
fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Do we have time for that? I'm also can handle it later as well. We probably need to get going.
If you're ready to leave, we can do it later when you come back, or I can do it now. It's your choice.
We'll just do it later.
It'll take a few hours, but I think I can.
No. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh baby,
There it
let's
is,
get
there it
ready to
is.
take off.
Open for that.
Listen, like we're gonna blast out of the freaking the base on Hoth. We're gonna go, baby.
Some like it, Hoth. Tom.
I'm done. I'm done.
Nope. All right. So Hobard he descends from the craft, unsecures some of the mooring lines that he had in place, and from down below it's like, all right, you're good to go. Fare thee well, safe travels, and I'll have that ballista for you when you get back.
What?
Like,
So,
winking.
also, send the silver. Make us some alchemical silver. Send it to the blacksmith. He has some weapons he's making for us. Don't forget.
Alchemical silver to the blacksmith. I gotcha.
I'm imagining Lucius is like flying up and like directing Roar, who's
Nice,
like learning to drive.
nice.
He's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh baby, let's burn some rubber, take some names, and I want to definitely back up into the wall first.
Okay. All right. So as you
the radar
speak-
dish at the top breaks off.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So as you stand on the pedestal and speak the command word, the spectral controls show up before you, and with all the swagger of a pirate sea captain, you pull on the lever and turn the wheel at the same time, and the ship just like rockets backwards and like slams into the back wall. You can see Hobart's like, oh, that's not good.
You see Lucius like giving the stop signal, like
It's like, "Oh," yeah. Exactly. So what do
All
you say-
flying's
what do you say, Horbert?
experimentation. It's all experimentation. Now we know. Okay, now this way. Now we know the opposite. Okay, let's do it.
He goes the opposite way. It still goes backwards more.
Right.
Exactly.
I was
Yeah.
like, what?
So as you're kind of exiting from the top of the hangar, the ship bumps and scrapes against the the retracted roof. It draws a long line against the hull, and right through. Yeah, exactly. Bisecting one of the finely carved cloud runners, and
I look over the edge. I say, I think it says Quarry Boys.
Yeah. Don't forget, she'll need a name. And as you finally crest over the warehouse, you can see about like 50 feet above in the air, about 50 feet below you. You can see the city of Cordis splayed out before you.
Cool.
The long winding specter of Deep Crack casting a deep shadow into the recesses of the canyon and West Crack beyond, and you can kind of see from this vantage point the broken waste kind of laid out before you. What do you do?
Oh, we start flying, baby.
Now, remember, man, no maneuvers. Just keep it nice and easy and straight.
Steady, nice and steady. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll just.
not too
Wait,
high,
did the-
not too low, not too
uh-huh.
fast, not too slow.
Not too. Okay, great.
right.
I'm definitely going a little bit high.
Okay. All right. So, Roar, I need you to make an intelligence check for me.
Intelligence check. Let's just put this. Okay, just a check. All right. So intelligence plus 4.
Yep.
That's a 21.
21.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So as the ship slowly starts to rise, you feel yourselves getting some altitude at a very slow, even kind of pace, and you can see the world just sort of drop before you as Cordis recedes into the distance. And how high do you want to go? You know the Cloud Runner runs at about 500 to 1,000 feet optimal to kind of really get some speed and
I may be
distance.
up at like 750, 800
Okay.
at this point.
Sure, yeah. Above 1,000 feet, it's like it's subject to the winds, and doesn't steer very well. Below 500, you just don't go as fast. So.
Okay.
Lucius,
yeah.
I'm not feeling so good. Is this normal for this?
I don't know,
um,
man. Man, I've been flying. Oh, there it is. There it is. Just get it out, man. Just get it out.
Hmm.
Get
Hey,
it
so I was thinking, guys,
Mm.
what do you think about the slate skimmer? Because we're the quarry boys, and we're
How about the
skimming along
quarry
clouds.
runner, man?
Oh yeah, that'd be good too. Quarry runner.
Something with Nimbus, because we're up in the clouds.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
Then we
what about,
just doze
uh,
off into a long rest while Roar pilots the ship.
Okay. And so as you, where are you taking the ship? What direction?
I mean, to the Macaw's west-ish, right over to Vrenamall.
Yeah. Okay. So you gain some altitude at about 750 feet. You start to head in a westerly direction, and you can hear like cries from below, from Cordis, like people gasping, like, "What is that? Oh my goodness! I'd never seen something like." And it is just like a chorus of wonder as the ship starts to angle itself upward and westward, with the open sky before you. And the broken terrain of the broken waste rocketing past you at all speed. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session, as the Quarry Boys make their way to the Macraws.
Nice.
Amazing. We got ourselves
The worst part of this,
ship.
by the way, is that the way we just ended, it's not starting next week with, and now we're gonna roll for initiative.
Oh, we might. Sharknado
No, we're not.
everywhere, baby.
He's not gonna
Shark-
say you guys were cast off into the sky, and that's where
Quarry
we left
boys,
off, and now we're
quarry
gonna
boys.
roll for initiative.
What
What
you're
you
gonna
gonna
do?
do?
What you gonna do when the
When
dragons
Shark
come
Claw
for
comes
you?
for you. Yeah.
Shark
yeah.
Claw comes for you. Get your weapons and your swords.
We should not sing.
No,
And on
we'll
that
get there.
note,
We'll get there.
I was rapping. I wasn't singing.
Let
And
more
on
that
sound
note-
more offensive.
All right. Thanks everyone for watching. Good night, and we will see you all next week.
Bye.